Good morning. Today is Monday, the 18th of February, 2013. Here's the news it's worth about talking. Crap. It's Monday, man. I'm having a hard time getting started this week already. I tell you what, I was stuck to the sheets. I just didn't want to. Monday morning, whatever. Here it comes. Okay, here's La Prensa. Over the weekend, President Martinelli basically blew a gasket on the allegations that are constantly coming primarily out of La Prensa, but what he calls the opposition media. In other words, the news media outlets that are controlled by other people or other political parties that are not necessarily in love with him. So he's pissed off. He doesn't like what they're saying. He can't control them, and he's just constantly. For all this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and again today. He's saying that he's going to take every legal action that he can against them, and that they're associating him and his administration with illegal acts of corruption that are unfounded. Why are they talking about Finmeccanica? Why are they making a scandal out of this Show Pro thing and saying that his son is involved in the company when he's not, and blah, blah, blah. Well, whatever. The fact of the matter is that I'm convinced, anyway, this is my own personal conviction, that every Panamanian politician is corrupt, and it doesn't matter if it's the Panaministas or the PRD or the Cambio Democrático that's running the country. They're just basically taking turns stealing the money. If it wasn't the Cambio Democrático that was in power, then they would be the ones that would be complaining about whatever the other two. And as a matter of fact, when the PRD was in charge, then it was Martinelli was complaining about Martín Torrijos. So, whatever. When you're in there, you just smile and wave. Now they're trying to get reelected in 2014, and that's the bottom line. It's all just, and the guys that are on the outside, they want to be the guys that are stealing the money. So anyway, whatever. This is the headline now, and of course it's in La Prensa. Martinelli says he's going to, whatever. There's a war going on between the different news media, and right below that, the news media is all controlled by the political parties and the politicians. So this is just something that's been going on, and it's still going on. It's going to be going on for a while. Okay, the school year is getting ready to start. The school year starts on next Monday, the 25th of February. Lucy Molinar, the Minister of Education, has said they're going to be inaugurating two of these, what they call model schools or schools of excellence. In other words, they're upgrading the school structure from what's always been the accepted standard. Now they're making bigger and better schools. And they're going to inaugurate two of these things, one in La Chorrera and one in Pacora. They're under construction. They're not ready yet. They're brand new buildings, brand new facilities, but they will be up before too long. To give you an idea of the level of responsibility that the education minister has, 800,000 students in the school system, plus all of the staff, all of the teachers, all of the administrative staff, building buildings, keep maintaining buildings, all of the logistics and structure that goes along with that. So the Ministry of Education is a big job, and Lucy's doing what she can to make it better. Okay. Connected or tied into that, and this is in the Siglo, there was another story that came out today. They're going to install another 608 cameras, security cameras. They're installing security cameras in the schools. They've been doing this the last couple of years. They've been getting money for it, like $4 or $5 million a year to do this, and they're installing more cameras, and they're continuing to expand their coverage. Again, this is all just related to security, so that's a good thing. But it was tied into the education story. Now, here's one. The Catholic Church in Panama has been asking the politicians to sign this thing they call the Ethics Pact, or Pact of Ethics, that they would like to see used for the elections that are coming up in May of 2014. Juan Carlos Varela from the Panaministas and Juan Carlos Navarro from the PRD, they came out and said, oh yeah, we're going to sign this ethics pact. And then the CD comes out and says, that's not necessary. We don't need to sign an ethics pact because everybody should be dealing with that level already. So why sign something? Because, they don't want to have their hands tied. They think they're in the best position to win in 2014, to repeat in office, so they don't want to have any of their weapons taken away. And they fully expect to go low on several specific individuals, and they don't want anybody coming back after them later and saying, hey, but you signed the ethics pact, you can't say that guy's a crook. Yeah, but he's a crook. Stuff like that. Anyway, more playing games. And related to that, here in the Telemetro, the Panamanista Party over the weekend, in response to Camacho from the CD, said that we affirm that we will sign it. Well, the Panamanistas aren't going to get more than 10% of the vote in the 2014, so they are like, man, sign whatever you want. You're not going to win. Chances of them winning are very slim. Okay, here we have in the Critica a sawmill, lumber mill, went up in flames, located right at the entrance to Punta Chame on the road going to the interior. They had sawmill, stacked lumber, stacks of sawdust. I'm not sure what they were doing with the sawdust, selling it to somebody, but it went up in flames and caught fire, and by the time the firemen showed up, it was out of control, and all they could really do was just water down the pile of burning wood after it had burned out. They didn't control anything or save anything. The fire department in Panama very much is just a show up and water down the ashes kind of a fire department. Okay, in Chiriquí, another person has died due to infection with the Clostridium difficile bacteria. It's one of these bacteria, antibiotic-resistant bacteria that you can get when you're in a hospital. And it gives you diarrhea and vomiting, and you're sick already, but then you get hit with this thing, and it's really hard to control, and it just knocks you out. So another patient has died. Now these things are in all hospitals, I think, most of them, but it's in Chiriquí, and another patient died, so it's a headline there. Here in the Mi Diario, there was a kid that was kidnapped. It says kid, minor, don't know how old he was, in Cologne, kidnapped, tied up, killed, dropped in front of a cemetery. Who knows? Young kid, probably somehow gang related. It seems like these things are always somehow related to gangs or local drug trafficking. It just almost always seems to work out that way. And then this morning, the members of the Association of Functionaries or officials of the Office of Social Security are holding a protest in front of the offices of the Social Security on Clayton in the old building 519 up on the hill. Picture here, they're got signs and they got the road blocked and they're burning tires and shit. They're pissed because some guy got fired, and apparently he got fired because he was handing out flyers and pamphlets. He was probably doing politically related shit during working hours. So that's probably why he got fired, and now these guys are out there doing more politically related shit when they should probably be working. So guess what? They might get fired too. I don't know. Whatever. This association, ANFASIS, and it sounds like emphasis, but it's ANFASISS for Social Security. These are one of the organizations where they represent a very small minority. I mean, the Social Security has thousands of employees, but there's a very small minority, like maybe 5% of these employees, that are a very left-wing, very extreme group. And every time there's something going on, these guys are out there protesting, they're like left of Stalin and shit. Well, whatever. They don't represent the majority of all of the employees. It's one of these perennial ankle-biter organizations. Okay, that's it. Monday morning, I'm going to go back to bed. Monday morning, the 18th of February, 2013. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.